Liquid deliver an absolute smashing of Chaos on the first map, 16-4, and we spoke about them needing dominance, but that's certainly what they showed throughout, and it wasn't even their map pick. Now, Chaos obviously exploited some of the issues that Liquid had, maybe on the B side, but it's not enough, and not enough rounds, certainly. And Potter and Pimp, when we look at this, is there anything we can look at positive here for the Chaos guys? Because that was pretty damn harsh.
Let's be honest, no. There's not a lot of positives to say about Chaos right here. I think Liquid was in full control throughout the entire game. You look at Elise, not even having an impact in this game, sitting at 8 frags. He's the best player for Team Liquid, one of the best players in the world, when he's not even needed to do anything in a game like this, yet Liquid still winning 16-4. I didn't see there was any way Chaos could do anything about this. Considering this was their map pick as well, it was a little bit disappointing we didn't get to see more close rounds. There was a lot of initial opening duels going the way of Liquid. You could have argued that they could have went the way of Chaos, and then maybe we could have had a close affair, but overall Liquid was just dominant in every single asset of the game. Winning the opening duels 13-7, winning all the clutches, winning all the retakes. There was only one team on the server, and that was Team Liquid.
Yeah, you got to say, right, when it came to what Chaos could offer, it wasn't much. But we spoke about, right, you said about Twisty, he had a great game. Elise not even needed in there, but Naf, he decided to come in and shine himself away there, managing to deal a hell of a lot of pain over towards the Chaos lot. I feel like if we see another game like that going into 2, Chaos are going to be completely done and out of it. But Potter, you were with me on thinking Chaos can take a map. Did you see anything that you might have thought, okay, look, we can have a small positive,
Yeah, and the map that I thought that Chaos could take away was going to be Inferno. And yeah, I have to agree with Jacob. One could argue that if Chaos were able to rack up some points early on in that match, because we have to remember, it was close. There was a couple of clutch rounds that Naf, he pulled through with multi-kill after multi-kill. If it wasn't Naf, it was Twist, right? And these two tag team duoing, just destroying Chaos at any point when they were trying to enter those sites, it just made things so difficult for Chaos. And going on to Mirage, things are just going to get even more difficult because Mirage is Liquid's bread and butter. They love Mirage.
And the way they're playing, I think it's going to be a very, very tough time for Chaos. But we're going to kick it to a break, guys. Thank you very much for your thoughts, as it's time for us to get ready for map number 2. Can Liquid walk away with the clean sweep early on here to show us what they've got for the North American scene, or will Chaos bounce back? We'll be finding out shortly with Scrawny and Launders once again.
Having fun. I'm gonna party hard until the sun comes up. The music feels so good. Dancing is what I love. We feel the heat tonight. The mood is feeling right until the sun comes up. We're gonna party hard.
Team Liquid and Chaos locking horns across Inferno, but it didn't go too well on their map choice, and now Chaos find themselves with their hands full because we are heading to Mirage Launders, and as Potter so elegantly put it, it is the bread and butter of Team Liquid. And they look pretty damn hungry after that first one.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty, but it was fast. So at least, again, they've retained some energy. They won't have to refuel in between maps here, even though they probably should just drink a little bit of water. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't hurt to wash your hands. Guys, everybody wash your hands before we start map 2. We've got Mirage. It's a map they are both going to be fine on. I mean, Chaos maybe less so, but still comfortable. So let's see what happens. I'm holding out. I don't care what happened on map 1. I hope Chaos don't either. Let's just pretend it never happened.
Let's come in here with a fresh face and a fresh mentality. Here's Zeppa, who actually did kind of impress me on a couple of rounds last map. So let's see if he can kick it off with some crisp USPS headshots. But he shoots one bullet, which connects, and then he fades away. I really like that they're setting up this net in CT spawn. Look, they're trying to catch Team Liquid as they push around towards Ticket, and it works. The first one's blind, and then Voltage connects a headshot of his own. So Nafly, he immediately has to try and find a plan B, but the damage that's done in the midst of it all, a single player now to the favor of Team Liquid, 3 versus 2. Oh boy, Vanity, he's inside of the bomb site. He knows where they're at. They're trying to hide from his shots. He's taking damage. He's dishing out damage, but down he goes. In the end, it's Team Liquid with another pistol round win.
They won the CT battle, but they didn't win the war, which is the whole post plan. So overall, you know, Chaos, nice try. They got into CT spawn, a couple of players out, but as you mentioned, the damage was mounting too high. So Liquid end up winning that. A very simple state of affairs. We've seen it all before in terms of pistol rounds on Mirage. The last remaining map that hasn't been remade in CSGO. This map has seen everything, every meta change. It's at the point where everybody knows what everybody else is going to do. There's not going to be a whole ton of surprises. And again, that could be a double-edged sword for Liquid. We'll see. Nafly, very nice shot. Steel gets killed by a Galil. Long range, baby. All the way from downtown.
Blasted. Now, Jonji gets his hands out of that scout. Yes?
I feel like Zeppa is on the short list of names that Elon Musk's child could have been.
Yeah, would have had more P's, though.
Yeah.
Little ump damage back and forth towards jungle. Elige kind of feels that he's being surrounded, so he decides to just skate his way back through ramp, looking to join the bomb carrier towards spawn. All the while, of course, the second prong of this assault from Liquid plays down here at the bottom of middle, but ooh, messy Galils gets a bit sloppy, and now look where we found ourselves. Sure, Chaos, they lost that pistol round, although they did seem to have the situation mapped out, and now they've done enough damage to have an advantage. That Molotov was like the fastest velocity I've ever seen. That's what light speed looks like in Counter-Strike, bro. It still manages to work. You know, CTs have to hold off here. They're going to group themselves together. And what do they have to play with? Well, Jonji's got Steel's initial scout. There's that Galil that Zeppa picked up. And then there should be a second weapon somewhere down bottom mid, but they haven't decided to pick it up, it seems. So, oh no, it's in the window, of course. What am I talking about? What's important is this bomb is trying to be taken, and they're just sitting on top of it. Zeppa hasn't seen anybody.
Yeah,
they're right there, but he hasn't found that vision until there you go. He lines them all up.
It's a tough one. Yeah, even if like the smoke actually helps them out a bit because they can hide behind it, but eventually they've got to take fights and they can lose to the spam. And wow, the bomb actually comes close. If one of them stayed alive in that smoke and caused enough confusion to where they guessed it might have been CT spawn, like someone taps it, maybe they actually don't win the round. Chaos, they pull it off though versus Galils. It wasn't even like a full Mac 10 buy. They actually, you know, Liquid actually had four Galils there, so like 4 very respectable rifles. And Chaos were still winning, all because, as you pointed out, they got real messy at connector. So now, in the pole position, they'll start off by flaunting their utility a little bit. Smoke into the bottom connector, Molotov to the A ramp. Make sure nothing fast can happen because Liquid can't really win a slow round easily now. Whatever utility they did bring into the round, they no longer had, if they had any. They're attempting the mid split here with pistols. And Steel is going to be the main point of contact, kind of in an untradeable position, but also has pretty big cover around him.
Another one hits just, and Voltage manages to hang on there as a little bit of pressure gets applied at the base of connector. So Team Liquid just trying to go through the motion and all shut down. Beautiful stuff here from Chaos. I'm happy that they're at least giving us something to talk about. Again, like I felt kind of like teased the entirety of Inferno because there were so many moments where Chaos were trying to implement these cool set pieces, nice bits of utility. I mean, their creativity on the eco rounds, like run boosting steel with the Mac 10 through B, like there was things to praise, but it just it didn't culminate into a score line, unfortunately for Chaos. And now it is.
Yeah.
A nuke.
Yeah, I think we're just at restart. I blinked and I missed it. Well, yeah, we're just restarting that. Yeah.
Nobody panic.
A little bit worrying. Yeah, I was a bit panicked there. So yeah, I think, okay, we're good. Now we're going to buy up again. Looks like it's more Galil's. Wow, favoring the utility over the kind of stronger weapons, which is cool to see. I mean, Galil's awesome. It's really good now. I used to hate it. It went from my least favorite gun in the game to, you know, top 10. So it's not a bad weapon.
Lots of exchanged grenades here at the top of middle. And a frag grenade down on ramp that doesn't quite connect. So that's Vanity emptying his utility belt as quick as could be. Terrorists clearly trying to flush him out with the flames. Now, trajectory of the grenade. They know that somebody's close. Jonji, he's able to get that element of surprise at the bottom of middle, but yeah, Vanity cleared out from underneath. Zeppa trying to hang on to that M4, but he too taken care of, and we are left in the even 2v2. Flipped by Jonji and just executes him from the side. Twists plants the bomb in the meantime, and Steel already working into this site. Now, he has these terrorists split. He could still make this clutch happen. There's a kit just behind him, and he's got a smoke on top of the bomb. He taps it. This is going to elicit the spray. Stewie has to try to get him off of this, but Steel, maybe, having not stuck this, now tells Stewie that, there it is. A second chance to spam. Stewie slices Steel, and Team Liquid tie this at 2.
If Steel had popped up a second ago, then maybe you could have had a chance to kill Stewie. Nice attempt, though. You know, identified exactly where the last two were. Well played in the 1v2. But what an annoying position from Stewie. Gets into the window to the back window. You're not going to clear that unless you're cheating or you're dumb. So it's really good that he ended up going there to catch the window cross. I think it was the only two people that catch that. You're cheating or you're dumb. So
you know what? What's funny is that those people overlap because if you're cheating, you're also dumb.
You're also a dumb person if you cheat. That's for sure. So yeah, but he wasn't one of those two people. He was a smart, tall, rich, intelligent person. So he ended up not clearing CT spawn, coming out a window, which made it a whole lot harder. But you know what? Liquid there, the thing is that they got connector control so quickly. No friction at mid whatsoever. They performed the A split, no hesitation, and didn't take any damage to get to the front of connector. I think that was the problem for Chaos. Because like under balcony is not great versus a connector split, and that was a position one of their players was in. Zeppa had to go hero mode and could only get one.
Now Steel's gonna have to try to be hero, as he does pluck one off of the apartments, but he gets so blinded on his retreat that he never gets his feet into safety. And Nitro, what is that? A headshot through the top of the smoke. Zeppa already coming out from market though, trying to close this distance onto the bomb planter, and he does so. Voltage even, getting that last one with the op. So Chaos maintained their lead. Mohan, I mean, we're only 5 rounds deep, but this is already a better game than what we had on Inferno, and that excites me.
By a big margin, and they won the second round, which is extra points, because it's a round where you have less to work with. That's a really cute room. I like that.
Do you think the 5th player has to sit outside? Because I only see 4.
You only bomb? Okay, anyways. I'm going to... That was a really bad joke. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I wish there was a better one there. There probably is, but I'm not smart enough to catch it. They did good. They did good so far. They've definitely shown a lot more, not just on the numbers alone, but winning the second round, winning a full rifle. And there, you know, they shut down the Fnatic towards B. So another feather in the cap.
Ooh, another hit onto this A site, making quick work of its Vanity. Little 3-piece with the M4, no losses, barely any damage done either. So, you know, again, just an easy round versus the pistols, but it goes the exact way you would hope if you are Chaos. Clean, calculated, and with no contest. We move forward into round 7.
every round we move forward on these rifle rounds, we see one less Galil on the team. And the second round was 4. That last round, it was 3. Now it's on 2. So we'll see as the AKs transplant and the Galils if Liquid also come closer to winning rounds. That'll be my question. A lot of presence from both sides towards mid. Both teams doing a good job of spotting, keeping each other honest. But once again, Liquid seem to have their eyes set towards connector. Yeah, bombs drop back and spawn, but they're applying pressure towards window. They have one at A ramp dedicated, and the B-man is now falling back.
Man, look at this utility. It's flying all over the place. And Elige, well, he's gotten Steel by surprise. Finds him with a smidgen of an angle through the smoke. But I like this. Look at Chaos. They're starting to activate on the A bomb site. You just said how it's a tough place to hold the split from underneath that balcony. And it looked like they were going to move forward so that they could avoid that calamity, perhaps. But we get these 2 CTs starting to split up. Zeppa, he gets himself on top of the big pot. And he does still have Vanity within the sight on the off. He sees the shadow, but he can't hang on to the spray down. And then Naf as well. Instant execution of the second A player. Some sort of a response finally from Chaos there as Stewie is added to the casualties. But it is only Voltage after everything is said and done. And it looks like Team Liquid have gotten themselves a third.
I'm not a fan of the setup. I think when they went for the A ramp push, it was good. Zeppa was in a great spot. And Zeppa didn't get his kill, which he could have gotten, but Vanity was not in a great spot compared to where he was playing, you know, versus what could have been an A split. Like if they were anticipating that, then maybe it would have been great if Zeppa and Vanity are playing together on the A ramp. They can trade out, maybe not even lose a player because they've got the op to bait, and then they can hold A ramp control with 2 kills or just the 1 with numbers and then work on a retake from a very good retake spot. But instead, Vanity and Zeppa can't help each other, and Vanity doesn't even get the chance to take a shot because someone's in Palace, which was totally possible given the circumstances. So I think I would have liked to see the spots change up a little bit there. Either if Vanity's sitting on the site like that, then maybe then Zeppa's playing in CT watching his balcony, or something where they can help each other.
Well, Steel helps himself to a freebie of a position. Takes the top of bricks and looks with prying eyes down towards the base of mid. There are players there, but he just can't get line of sight until Zeppa flushes them out by running through the smoke. He even goes one better, trying to pry down towards underground, and unfortunately loses himself for it. But it's a man advantage up for Chaos, so they're holding on. They've got health over Twists too. He is one stiff breeze away from death.
Oh,
and Nav.
They're not spotting this cross. Yeah, Voltage is a bit late, but he might still get a kill. Oh! And he pops the window, so they're going to hear the rotation, but John G ends up luckily getting that wall bang and 3 kills. Oh my God, John G. Big money plays from John G. Okay, baby.
Big John McCarthy over here.
John McCarthy. Someone called the ref.
Look at this
Stop the
guy,
bout.
man. Nicely done. Mows down the 2 guys coming up from Cat, who I have to say, that's the best bit of timing I've seen all day. Man, for Nafly to get by first, and then for him to turn towards Vent, just as we thought, okay, he'd catch the second, they'd get wind of what's going on, but that was just John G with a nice little bit of swift response.
Initiative. Yeah. And
Yeah.
it was, him calling for the flash on maybe a feeling, I think is good. And then him being aware of Cat as well. Man, it really just puts the team in his backpack and squats
Him
them.
being talented enough to hit those shots as well.
Yeah.
You know, half the battle is knowing what's coming.
Yeah. I hit half those shots, if any. So.
Steel position deep on ladder. They're able to cut off the single ramp player here for Team Liquid. So it's an all-in eco attempt from Connector. Sure enough, Stewie gets his footing towards the site, but Sandwich is then taken back, and Chaos are now doubled up over top of Liquid. This CT side is working for them. 6-3. It's been textbook.
They're clearly the better team. They're in the lead. There's no chance Liquid are going to pull this back. Unless, I think Liquid want to kind of go back to their fast connector control. I mean, they can do whatever they want. They've got a huge playbook on Mirage, obviously. But I think that was the most difficult for Chaos to try to prevent, but they've kind of done a good job with that as well. And look at how many nades have just gone down. If you just look at the mini map right now, initial trade tries to come out. Nice from Jonji to even get one with that many T's coming at him that quickly. And Nafly holding for the push. Double A ramp setup now from Vanity and Zeppa.
We saw Zeppa in here alone a couple of rounds ago, unable to get that quick headshot and eject, but I thought maybe they'd go one better. You know, like last time we said we weren't fans of the positioning here. I do like that this third player is kind of flirting around with Zeppa, standing close, but I almost want them to just go all in. Go take a peek around the corner, see what's waiting for you here on ramp, but I can tell you what's there. Twist and Nitro. And with the smoke in hand, he's not looking to dance with death at the moment. Zeppa drops the smoke and falls back. Now, this is a very kernel defense from Chaos. 2 players underneath balcony and a third on default. Again, yeah. I would argue this whole setup is very susceptible to the Palace swing if it wasn't for Vanity holding it now. But if he dies, they've got to be cautious. You know, Voltage, he's turned away from Connector, which is what he was kind of tasked with holding. This is going to enable the timing for Stewie to start walking up as, again, they couple with the ramp split. Zeppa with 2, and that's what keeps Vanity in this. Excuse me, Voltage looking to lock it down. That op still up. Flash goes high. Stewie looking to isolate the 1v1s, but he's not quite sure where that second CT's at, and it's over towards CT spawn that he comes, but Voltage dances around the box long enough to lock it down.
There's a lot of awkwardness in these setups, and I think that that's another round that's all about Connector, where most of the positions that were played are compromised by a Connector player coming out. That was Stewie who came out late, but he was alone, so he couldn't come out as quick. You couldn't be one of the first choke points that tried entry, because if he dies, they can turn their attention and focus down A ramp and Palace. Some things that were good, you know, it was a good spot by Zeppa, didn't take any damage, got the smoke off. They had one person on top of Balk, but where the awkwardness was when they had 2 under Balk as Zeppa fell back, and then one had to go up the ladder late, as you pointed out. And then there was a moment there where Liquid could have pounced, but they didn't realize that Chaos really jumbled up in their positions.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like the setup they had came back to cost them, but I think that a part of that is because Liquid didn't understand how compromised they were. So at least they did a good job of kind of not revealing their hand. They played the pair of 2s on the bluff, and it managed. But now these pistols are doing good work. Hold on, let's not jump the gun. Team Liquid racking up costs here as Elige has done it all. 3 kills for him, and he would have hoped for more. But Voltage downtown with that op locks down another round. It's 8-3 to the favor of Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's like last game, but Team Liquid looking like Chaos this time around, where even as we're trying to set the stage for some of the rounds that are being won, you know, maybe Liquid have an advantage coming in, they still lose. That was like Chaos on an Inferno. So how does the round continue on from now? A lot of great CT stuff here from Chaos. They're covering a lot of stuff. They're putting a lot of pressure in positions. They're doing good on the aim front. Jonji in particular, you know, I want to point out him holding down B, denying Liquid from thinking about B in the future is also great. Their A presence has been, while a bit flustered, as it seemed to fall more on its feet now, right? They had the 3-person set up towards A. Now they've got 3 in front of Connector, ready to retake. Not a bad position to be as a CT.
Nice execute, though. Tons of smoke, tons of Molotovs to follow suit, and then a deep grenade to even chip away at Voltage a bit. So this was a 5-man hit, but Zeppa gets one over the top of the smoke. Poor Stewie, 2K, not going to have anything to say in this post plant. Twist looking to charge down CT spawn. He's giving chase, but he peeks with a bullet left. Didn't have eyes on the count. And now the round is gone again. It's Chaos, 9-3, really locking down this defense.
Man, and he was so far away, rocking it back all the way to window as well. I don't think Twist expected that on top of having not reloaded. Don't know if he switched out too early, if he just wasn't aware of how many bullets he had, but yeah, that cost him that kill. But even at that point, you know, it would have been still 3v2. Chaos were in a great spot, and they did a good job of realizing they were in a retake situation instead of getting scared and throwing some of their important utility that goes after the smokes come up too early. And they held on to that. They waited it out. They did smoke damage, which is what you're looking for on the CT side. And again, they're all close enough to the site that they really don't have that much to be worried about, you know? A 5v5 post plant is not amazing for Team Liquid because there aren't 5 amazing spots to sit in. There's maybe 3 great ones and, you know, the A-ramp and Palace player that come in a bit later, or someone makes a big rotate, or goes out to mid or whatever it is. But within the site itself, a lot of the CTs can flush out many of the positions without even peeking by using a Molotov or an incendiary towards Firebox, an incendiary towards Sandwich, and get absolutely free kills. So I don't think there was a point at which Liquid were positionally advantaged, apart from Twist maybe taking CT control, which he obviously overextended into and died.
Exchange of grenades to the bottom of middle. We're getting Liquid kind of finding this real estate for free. Steel, you dangerous man.
It's a dynamic spot, but yeah, that's an important 5v4.
Yep, poor Voltage. He's going to get relegated to just playing behind Ticket. He's definitely calling for assistance, but Steel, oh man, they go charging down for him. They had a chance. They could have caught him when he jumped through the doorway, and then because they didn't want him to be able to sit inside a ladder, Team Liquid just sneaked their way up catwalk unchecked by any other member of Chaos. And they get what they wanted, Launders. They got Steel's scalp on a silver platter, but here comes John G from the back. He's able to slip back around in through the door. Elige gives chase, and that's to his demise. John G, big two-piece. This puts us 3v3 in Voltage. If only he had been able to drop Twists. That's bomb, and they would have had the last two players of Liquid encapsulated on the A site. And now we're in a different situation. Jonji's gonna have to work his way back in through middle, looking to come in with Zeppa, combining for the retake, but Stewie's just hitting sick flicks, and Zeppa is gonna have to 1v3, which he will not do at all. 4 rounds for Liquid to the 9 of Chaos.
A nice little lurk there to keep things fresh by Team Liquid. Coming up the A ramp, I think it's Twist. He's the one who turned the key this round, getting that kill as the bomb holder on the A ramp, getting that kill as well. I mean, these are turning points in the round, and he delivers at every single one of them. So that's a new way that they've approached the A side. It's a little bit scary for Chaos now. They're going to keep their eyes peeled on the A ramp for any lurks, because those should be free. And Stewie, god damn, Steel ends up getting taken out. This is a man to play CPL. He's aggressive on Cat. He's the guy who's going to take first contact in a lot of these rounds. Doesn't get a single point of damage in here, so it's a big scalp to take here for Team Liquid.
That's supposed to be against the rules. I mean, if you make the window to cat jump, then you're always supposed to get the kill. It's your reward. Instead, the poor guy gets his head popped through smoke. So, Stewie 2K, not abiding to the laws of Counter-Strike. Someone called the police. Vanity, another victim, as he is toppled towards a single op shot from Voltage, but again, he's not inside of the mix. The bomb's inbound, and you could put the ribbon on this one, Launders.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you got to call this one. So 2 rounds, they get the 5v4 early. They press that into an advantage quickly, and it feels like the only time they've been stopped previously is when they couldn't find that 5v4 really fast. So Liquid are themselves when they get the early advantage, and now they are starting to claw back into this with tactics that continue to stay fresh, right? They're not trying the exact same thing, but slight variations on a play that almost worked previously. Voltage gets flank, drops the op off, and it looks like they might be in a tough position to try to buy another one. Yeah, they in fact, that would have strengthened their eco quite a lot. They'll only be able to invest. Well, they're going to have to buy out because it's the last round, Connor. Everybody knows that. So it looks like there'll just be a couple of rifles. If even a couple? Does Voltage have one?
Nope.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
And Naf has had enough. He's going to kick up the pace here. We saw the exact same shenanigans unfolding at the end of the first half on Inferno. The team not in the lead, scraping together some rounds at the closing few moments. So Liquid going to mirror the sentiment and then completely avoid any further duels over on the A site. They got what they wanted. Naf walks up, pops ahead, gets 3 CTs to kind of respond on that side of the map, and then everybody else moves to split this B site. So Jonji, I wish you the best of luck.
I hold my breath for a Canadian.
Oh, he dodges the frag. He does a little bit of damage, but it is still Nitro to clear him through the bench. Now Vanity's going to look to work this SMG out from Market. He is held in by both Flames, Fire, and Fury. More damage being added up before Steel can come in on from the flank. He was hoping to catch Naf with his head turned, but Nafly has the presence of mind to check this, and the CTs start to fumble. 6-9, the score line, as Team Liquid finish off their T side and swap over to the defense. Ladies and gents, we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the second half.
Never let them get you down. The ones who can't imagine who you really are. Oh, you really don't want them around. They can't see the truth, no. Baby, we belong among the highest stars. I can't see what you're gonna do. Oh, try to wings out with me, 'cause you know I believe we can fly where the eagles go to be free. We can step out tonight on the air that we breathe. We can fly where the eagles go to be free. Never gonna let you go. Now that you and I have flown into the sun. Oh, we're bathing in the afterglow. Here we are together on the journey of our lives. The future has begun, and I know what we're gonna do. Oh, try to wings out with me, 'cause you know I believe we can fly where the eagles go to be free. We can step out tonight on the air that we breathe. We can fly where the eagles go to be free. Try your wings out with me, 'cause you know I believe we can fly where the eagles go to be free. We can step out tonight on the air that we breathe. We can fly where the eagles go to be free. Go to be Try your wings out with me, 'cause you know I believe we can fly where the eagles go to be free. We can step out tonight on the air that we breathe. We can fly where the eagles go to be free.
If all you saw of Chaos was the opening map versus Liquid on Inferno, then you may be surprised to know they pieced together 9 rounds on that CT side. And the questions now remain, is this just textbook CS? Is this par for the course? Are Team Liquid about to shut down an offense and show us just how dominant they are? Well, time will tell, folks. The pistol's underway, the utilities have been purchased, and the A split is where our eyes seem to fall. The defender's going to be playing inside a jungle. No CT snap just yet, but oh boy, they've spotted Jonji. They know he's up to some antics. And at the same time, Zeppa, he's going to come out from connectors, so they do have a successful jungle pinch. Well done to try and pressure these players. Jonji even still managing one despite being spotted so early. Zeppa taken heads one after another. He's gotten himself the 3-piece in the pistol, and he is staring a 10th round in the face. 4 frags for the new guy.
Yeah, big plays by Zeppa. Let's go, baby. Not bad.
You know
4 rounds of difference. What?
What's huge for Zeppa is last half we had this nice little like lower third come up that said he started the event with a negative KDR because his first kill was a team kill. I would like to add to that stat and say that his first death was also by getting knifed. So that's a trial by fire that he seems to have survived.
True. He stays composed. That's a nice little fake there by Chaos. It was like, in some sense, it was like a double fake. I actually wonder if they were going to follow the kills as opposed to hit A no matter what, because they threw the right side smoke, so they had 3 mid to get window control, which was the fake part. But then I wonder, if they find the kills on the rotators, do they follow up towards B? Because the A ramp guys didn't commit so hard. But from that perspective, it's kind of a cool strat because it can work a number of ways, and it's the kind of strat that you could try without smokes on some of these approach points, and so it's very dynamic. So I like that a lot. It's a hard one to read and a hard one to deal with, and Chaos showed us why. Specifically, Zeppa showed us why.
Had nice elements of countering to that of Liquid too, right? Think about it. Liquid's defense had nobody over towards Ticket. It was fully focused on jungle. And with Jonji pressuring the window, that's what opened up the route from connectors. So a nice little pinch that paid off.
I really like that one. That's the kind of strat that I would, copy and paste for my team if I were still playing. It's a nice one.
I feel like that's the kind of strat that's got the Steel stamp of approval on it. Man makes quality. But here comes Zeppa, leading the charge on that AK, looking to gun down a man on bench. He has some targets to try and take down here. Look at the crosshair, dude. This guy's got mechanics. And almost the second kill. Nafly bulletproof, so it seems. He was so focused on going for it that he dropped over to the Glock. Can Voltage and Jonji still hold on? Because it's just Voltage. 1 HP.
He would. He would.
Are you kidding?
He would. The guy to take first contact, eat probably 60, 70 bullets through the freaking bench by a number of players. They all wanted him dead. He was the most wanted man in the server. They couldn't kill him. He ends up clutching with 1 HP and a scout.
I think Chaos just lost the round to a piece of Swiss cheese because Naf was pummeled behind bench at one point. I swear he was just looking the other direction for a couple of seconds, trying to survive no matter what. And somehow he is the one that gets to pull the final thread on that clutch. That's a shakeup for Chaos. They come into the half, awesome pistol. We have, we sing their praise. They're setting up for the B hit. Team Liquid get ahead of it just in time, and some heroics from Nafly.
And you see that
to
all
cause
the time.
Chaos to pause.
You see it all the time with Naf, and sometimes they're like, man, this guy should play the Powerball. Well, it looks like he's the one picking the numbers because he's able to make magic happen in the least likely rounds consistently. It's the guy you want to have in that 1vx. He always pulls it off, and he shows us how to do it one more time.
And look at the momentum shift. Chaos just going to have to eat a bullet. Pistols grouped up outside of ramp. Twist thinks maybe there's 1 or 2, but in fact, all 5. Surprise, surprise. They've robbed his MP9 and walked away from it.
Yeah, it's the full boy band. Zeppa contributes, stops the aggression, resets the situation. But they don't have map control. Liquid are smart enough to know, well, they can go and get some free stuff now. Top of mid, spotting the fallback, knowing that numbers were called. Probably precisely, 4. I think Twist had vision on all of them. So it's not really much you can do if you're Chaos, except pre-fire the correct angles.
Smokes up and over. The one piece they have to play, Elige. What are you doing here of all places? Setting up shop, clearly. Wrecks them all as they try to flood forward with the bomb plant. It stunk of desperation, and they knew it. So they'll take their beating and move forward here into the 19th round. Chaos still holding on to the 2-round lead at the 10-8 score. Of course, still not ready for a bye. So we'll have to bide our time and wait for that bound to be happening in the 20th.
Look at Zeppa go. He's got 21 kills. He doesn't seem like he's going to slow down whatsoever. And T-side starting off pretty hot. Stewie avoids a whole bunch of the nades that come towards him in the window on the other side of the wall. And it is the double save. So we'll see what Chaos want to try to do. And it looks like they've got a couple of moving parts here. Bomb station at the top of mid. They're all positioned like it's a rifle round, but it seems like they're just going underpass to try to perform the connector split. But this is where Naf comes in.
Deep angle, making sure he'll see it all. They will get away with a little boost first. So Steel's going to try to collect some information, but he'll find nothing but dust and buttons. Oh, look at this.
Yeah. They've got
two-man
tennis
jiggle.
balls. They've got some
The electric boogaloo.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out. Naf tries to get a even more vertical angle, but you know what? Listen, he's going to be happy with the one. Jonji just wants desperately to find him, but he ends up exposing his back. and that'll cost him. Now Twist comes in to help with Elige, and there is a casualty sure enough, but Vanity's got nothing more to do here. He is stuck. 10-9.
Yeah, he was like those were like they moved in like the totem pole snakes from Mario 64 in the desert level, trying to wiggle their way over into the window room, which was a kind of a funny sight and a good try. But that's the Trump position for anyone watching Connector, sitting on top of that pallet there in the window. It's such a strong spot to be in, hard spot to pre-fire, great spot for the CT. And now all that's done with. No more pistols. We move into a very defining moment in the game. You know, can Liquid come back numerically, tie this up on a rifle round, or will Chaos, once all of the dust is settled, come back on a rifle round and actually close this out? A great initial kill here from Steel. Leading the way is an entry fragger. Nafly trades out Jonji, and Naf is back to his position.
Ooh, nice. Another one off of the bench, but that grenade blows him away, and simultaneously they get another. Zeppa, clean headshot versus Elige. I believe that one unfolds at the top of mid. Yeah, sure enough.
Yeah, they're slowing it down. They're bringing it back, and they have the 3v2, so it makes sense. I think this is one of those situations you look at. Either site works. If they go towards B together and they continue with that, you know, they risk someone from Liquid coming in and maybe stopping the bomb or getting a crazy 2K. If they reset, maybe they feel like their odds are a bit higher, even though they're venturing into a brand new site. The problem is Twist can now upgrade his gun. They also have Stewie can calmly take care of the A site. And so at least for Chaos, they've got a smoke and a Molotov. But it just comes down to, will they use them properly? Coming through halls especially. This is kind of a position Stewie might end up patrolling between these two angles, down below and up top.
Yeah, these are the last 5 seconds where you think like, yeah, Chaos can get past this op, but all it's going to take is a collateral from Stewie or some sort of wild flick. He gets voltage through the edge of the wall, and he's being given plenty of chances. Because they didn't jump, they had to cross a second time, so giving way too many shots for Stu. But here comes Zeppa off the plant. Oh, what? Hits the flick, and an attempt at the second. He nails it. 24 kills, 12 deaths, and a showing that keeps Chaos in a 2-round lead.
He knew Stewie was going to the top of the bench. He's done that so many times in those clutch situations. But Stewie had the advantage once he popped up to be able to knock him down with the op, and Zeppa adjust that 45-degree flick into Stewie. Just amazing. Headshot instantly, takes the second fragging connector, and leaves with 1 HP and sunglasses on.
I love it. Now let's see what the bounce back is, because we've already got a fast pace here. Look at Team Liquid trying to bully their route to the top of middle. It costs them. The supervisor catches one, voltage, drags Twist to the office by his ear. Steel wants to get out of apps if it's the only thing he can do. Dodging a crossfire of shots, he will retreat, but obviously his HP not prime.
Now, for the amount of HP taken, it's hard to say, you know, is this a winning situation for Chaos? They've Liquid. Oh, they've already pushed for info. Wow, a great adjustment, but an even better trade. More important than anything else. Bomb gets spotted, but Jonji takes out that initial threat. That buys them a lot of time. They don't have to clear out the A ramp as meticulously anymore.
Yeah, and they had that one smoke still left to play. Falls in the perfect spot, completely cutting off the connector member. Now, sure, Naf will have a line of sight, but it's not as if it's the op yet again. M4 easier to surpass. Bomb to be planted. But look at Naf. We've got to be careful here. If he peeks wide off CT spawn, he could line up a couple bodies. Zeppa's just on the other side, walks into it, and that's going to cost him. Now here's Jonji off of the stairs, unable to hang on as Elige comes charging upwards. There's the trade frag from Vanity, but again, it's back and forth, 1 for 1. Voltage on the op, tries to hold the cross. He knows there's a member on the site, but that's a big kill. He had a single chance to take Naf first and foremost. Can he hit the follow-up? Nitro's tapped the bomb. He hasn't stuck it. There's the dink. It's done. Team Liquid to double digits too. and a single round makes the difference.
That's a well-played round from Voltage. A nice try, but an even better 1v1 from Nitro. He doesn't swing out wide, stays behind the bricks, the hardest shot to hit, of course, and the bomb's planted frontside default. So it's a really tough situation for Voltage. He has to go super wide to get the info, exposes himself completely, and Nitro capitalizes. That's how you want the 1v1s to go. And even though Nitro has 6 kills in this game, he's definitely not playing well. He plays that positionally extremely well. So nicely done. Liquid pull that off, and it's actually Chaos back on pistols, sadly enough.
Ooh. Pistols. Still
Man, with a
successful.
CZ?
Hello? Do you see me? I don't understand. He's just ripped through this bomb site, but hello, Twist. Well equipped himself on the M4. The terrorists are going to try to scramble this. They get that bomb down as fast as they could. They want to try and find their paws on weapons, and they have all 3 sets of hands on a better weapon than with what they started. And a man advantage on top of it. Nitro's got the kit for the retake, but Naf, he's got the positioning. He goes for the first peek, and he's caught fumbling his gun. So Nitro will have to clutch this. 2 kills on the docket for him, but he's going to have to hit it. Flips back and forth, and down he goes. Vanity locking it off. And this is a round that we have to crown Zeppa as the king. He just rips through Connector.
Here's the magnitude of that play, okay? Not only does he get the kills, he gets the connector kills, which is the scariest part for Team Liquid when it comes to holding A. He gets them with the CZ, and he gets them up close, which means all of the guns can be picked up instantaneously. Another round that they get a kill that's so important because it buys them so much time and makes it so that Liquid have to emergency rotate in very predictable spots from long distances, as opposed to places like mid. They have to come through CT. They can't really big flank that quickly because they know that Chaos is going to come in, that Chaos is going to plant the bomb right away. And so the fact that it gets them so quick and so close up, I think, are the most important parts there for Chaos. Insane to be able to dismantle Liquid in Connector with a freaking CZ.
And I mean, you've just done a really good job of kind of unpackaging it within that round in of itself, but take the bigger context. Look at the buy here from Liquid. Look at the result of that. The economy in tatters as Zeppa looks to shatter what was a comeback, because Team Liquid were slowly just keeping themselves at this. That 2-round deficit has been near constant for quite some time, but we should very much be staring a Chaos lead in the eyes, unless somebody from Liquid decides to step up to the plate. And it could very well be Nitro. He is just on the other side of the wall from Steel.
Now, I'm not an economist. This is a round where they're buying up down to 0, basically, with the CZs and stuff. Even after a double save, are they going to have enough money for everything they want? That's my question.
Ooh. Almost looked like it would go unchecked. Steel knows better. And I agree with you, Launders. I think that there is going to be some economic woes.
Even when they want to buy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, assuming Liquid can't still pull this off. They've at least got the numbers piling over towards the right positions. Stewie and Elige underneath the window. Players are jumping down on them. Zeppa, he's going to do it all again. He recovers his aim, gets the headshot. Twist with just the single frag, leaving Nafly to try and clutch. But he has no gun other than the sidearm. 1 health as well on Zeppa as he topples those initial holds. He's at a distance, not going to happen. Chaos 13-10.
Zeppa frags, dude. He's literally carrying the team. He's doing so good. Double entries on some of these rounds. He's doing it versus rifles. He did a 4K on the pistol, which is obviously an important round. There's no stopping this guy right now. And it's invaluable that this is the T side for him as well, where he can lead the charge, especially if he is the type to entry frag. So that means no one behind him dies, or no one in front of him dies when he trades.
Deep frag following through, perhaps. Bomb is somewhat in tow. Then everything goes silent.
Yeah.
It's nerve-wracking, Launders. I'm not made for this kind of tension.
Yeah, this is a don't blow this round. Right, this is Steel going, let's not screw this up.
Yeah.
In probably more crude language.
Production, can we get Steel back on screen, please? I would like to analyze this new mustache combination. Mohan, what are your thoughts on him when we get a chance? Okay.
Yeah,
Looks like
I don't
he followed
mind.
your haircut tutorial. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe, but he missed the stash. I think I shaved
Yeah.
it.
That's part 2, right?
Yeah, he got half of it 100%.
They've postured outside of the B site and just moved all the way back over to A. Not going to be a problem cutting through pistols, you'd think. Vanity, single point of health, is dispatched of by Naf. Steel's trying to find vision, but Naf has nabbed another. Hello? How does he pull the rabbits out of these hats? Because it's not
Yeah,
the
how many
first
rabbits
round
you got
he's
in
made
there?
magic happen. They get their bomb in, but they have to evacuate as quick as they could because once those smokes go down, they know that menacing USP is somewhere on the other side. I don't know if anybody's even seen this guy, but Naf is over there somewhere. And that is enough of a looming threat to keep them on their toes.
Yeah, when it's Naf, you can't help but feel like he's just everywhere. So they've got their eyes peeled on all angles. There might be a USP kill on the board here for Elige. Honestly, could be important for them to try to get these kills if they can. But it looks like I don't think Zeppa even anyone dies to the bomb. They should be okay. Well, okay, maybe a CT will die to the bomb, but they obviously had the least to lose. No guns to be recovered. Chaos to 14.
This is
Chaos
big.
to 14. There is nothing about the first map that would tell you we would be at this point in map 2. Even after a 9-6 half, it's impressive that they're keeping their wits about them into the T side, which was the struggle on Inferno, and the definitely the map agnostic side that would be hard for them because they've only had a week to prepare and haven't even had time to prepare for Liquid.
Ooh. M4 over the top. That's 2 down, so let's not count Liquid out just yet. Man advantage. Vanity's coming in here. Why doesn't he have anything? Peculiar. But we do have T's running through, trying to get one step closer. Throws the Molotov. And now the op is at bat. Missed shot by Voltage. He's probably not going to get many more of those because with that potential threat of a CT peek, Vanity cannot move his crosshair. At any moment, Nitro walks around that corner and he is doomed. And all the while, Team Liquid, they don't have to make a move because we've got Stewie on the flank. If anybody decides to move their feet forward, it should be him, and he doesn't have to rush it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no sense in that. He's got 3 teammates on the site. If they can't trade out or try to deny this bomb safely, then there was no chance for Liquid in the first place. So just smart that he doesn't die. And now, as he sees they're committing, will try to make his way forward.
Voltage has been given a couple chances, but he dances with bomb in the open and dies. Vanity, again, stuck inside of that corner just until Team Liquid decide to make their move, and that's when the round comes to a close, once Liquid are on the move. So this one's not over.
Yeah, they've got to chew through a trust fund, though, right now, because Chaos
Big
have
money.
lots of money. Yeah, so they're going to have the full buy on top of a couple of rebuys next round. No problem whatsoever. I mean, that's even if they want to. They could just have a very kind of glamorous eco, if anything. Now Stewie, smoke doesn't land exactly where he'd like it to. Tries to step into the fire, but it looks like this kind of early B presence is what Chaos are most curious about. Wow, they've done a lot of damage.
Whoa. Oh my god, it doesn't stop. From mollies to nades to gunfire now. Chaos trying to push out onto this B site. They've done a good job of getting past the windows, and then they wrap back round, but Elige, he comes out now. Another from Steel? Josh Nissan with a 3-piece already. He's just running by the op. He fears you not, Stewie. He's got the bomb, and he is bolted. Voltage tries to check the flank, but there's nobody there.
Yeah, what even happens? Stewie, he's got an op sitting in the window, so there's a chance they can get out. And it looks like Twist is just trying to make sure. I don't exactly know what's going to happen here. Twist is quite far from the site. Stewie's going to have to let this bomb go down unless he stops it on this first cross. Voltage has an HE. Voltage got to cue this
Big
HE.
brain. Nade it and jump. Cross haphazardly. His options are limited, but he is that bomb carrier, so they've got to get something in. There it
they
is.
found a
All right.
smoke.
Excellent.
Oh my
And
god.
Stewie, of course, he's going to decide to walk through this. Another smoke to cover the plant. Thank goodness Steel does that. But do they know? Stu blows Voltage away. And Steel, he's looking for the ace in the 1v2 clutch. He's gunned down Twist. He knows that Stewie's close. He has the smoke still to play around here, so he can make it all in question. Oh, Steel! Rock solid play on the B site. 15 rounds for Chaos.
Rock hard, baby. Oh my god. Steel, nicely done. To follow up in the giant footsteps of Zeppa with the double entry, Steel comes through the fire, the flames, the nades to jump out into the B site, trade out 2 players, stop the rotation from coming, guarantee the plant, play it safely enough to avoid Stewie opping, and then win the 1v2 his damn self.
Ooh.
And after
That's
all
the
that,
first-
only 13 kills. He had it in him the whole time, folks.
First ace of DreamHack Masters Spring 2020 North America.
I think Kenny S got an ace, but it was versus the Nico last game. But yeah, sorry.
And Europa. That's Europa.
Oh, true, true.
We're chilling. Remember, we've changed gears, Mohan. We are the tailors of the North American CS. That's right, guys. It's our pleasure to be bringing you every single best of 3 over the course of the next 12 days. 12 days of group stage for DreamHack Masters Spring 2020. The first fully online produced DreamHack event. You know, we're making DreamHack history right now.
Mm-hmm.
Can you feel it in your veins?
Yeah, I feel like part of history. Yeah, I can see my black and white picture in the history book right now.
Feels good.
Dude, that was actually a really well called round by Team Liquid. They threw so much utility into the B apps. I assume a lot of that had to do with Nitro, as he was one of the ones playing the site. They did tons of damage to Jonji. They baited out smokes that they were clearly holding on to for the post plant, and made them stand in Molotovs, took HE damage, still got out, and of course, it's all because Steel got all those kills, and it looks like he'll get another 5v4 advantage early.
This is quite exciting. We've got Chaos sitting on 15. We've got Zeppa, the new guy, with 30 frags of his own. And we're getting vintage Steel aces. So if you were hoping that this best of 3 was going to deliver straight out the gate, well, Inferno didn't. All right. And I wouldn't have excused you for turning off the stream. But if any of your friends have left, you go message them right now and bring them back, because we are heading to Overpass if Liquid can't force overtime. And then the brains really start to bulge. You had that discussion, Mohan, when we talked about the veto. You know, Overpass is the smart map of this series. And I want to see this tug of war unfold. But Chaos, obviously, as they do, trying to minimize those mistakes, looking to work their way up Cat, despite this being 5v2 with victory on a silver platter. Perhaps. Because they need to be wary. Stewie gets that 1 kill. And that's going to be enough to convince Chaos to double back to the A site. What do you make of this? Twists, he's in Palace.
Yeah, maybe it would have mattered if Stewie gets a kill. Then they have this Palace flank, which probably nets at least 1. But right now, very unlikely 1v4 situation. Voltage locking him down, I guess, unless some damage dealt. Good shot to the back, but that's not enough. Chaos, not even excited. They expected to win. 4 players were able to pull it off.
That's awesome, man. Chaos with a map win. And again, a map win on the choice of Liquid, a map win after getting slapped around on Inferno. I mean, they had to spend the entire break picking up those pieces, Launders. Keyboards were probably flying. Who knows what happened? All I know is that we've got a hell of a series on our hands, and we've got a 3rd map coming up next. It's Overpass the Decider. Will Steel and Chaos be able to cause the 0-1 comeback upset? Do Team Liquid die here? You'll find out after the break, baby. See you in a second.